Warning, this video will unlock songs you didn't even know were still trapped in your brain. We're talking about songs that lived, popped off in 1982, ruined your childhood car rides in the best way possible, and then vanished like they were never even real. Permanent brain damage in a good way. Let's bring back the bangers that had no business going that hard. 15 forgotten one-hit wonders from 1982, and trust me, you might just scream, "Oh my god, I know this song," at least 7 times. Number 15, Tony Basil, Mickey. You already know this one. You literally cannot exist on Earth and not know it. Back in 1982, Mickey was a full-on pop culture explosion. You had cheerleader chants, the claps, the energy that felt like it drank 5 cans of soda and jumped on a trampoline. And the video was instant MTV fuel. Tony Basil dancing in a cheer uniform like it was a contact sport. The wild part is, this wasn't even originally her song. It was a British track called Kitty, but Tony Basil flipped it, brought the attitude, and created something totally new. It was the perfect mix of quirky and aggressive, and it stuck. After this, she never really charted again. But when a song hits this hard once, you don't really need to have a sequel. Mickey became a permanent part of every pep rally, wedding dance floor, and pop culture reference reel. Even today, someone plays those first claps and boom, everyone's yelling the chorus like their inner cheerleader just took over. Number 14, Soft Cell, Tainted Love. Back in 1982, if you were feeling moody, dramatic, or even slightly dead inside, there was one track that understood you, Tainted Love. They recorded it in a single day, literally. They were broke. The studio at the time was running out, and somehow, magic happened. Tainted Love wasn't originally theirs. It was a soul song from the 60s, but Soft Cell stripped it down, drowned it in synths, threw on some eyeliner, and turned it into the ultimate sad boy club anthem. Mark Ahmed's voice had this haunted, detached vibe that made heartbreak sound weirdly cool. The beat was cold, catchy, hypnotic even, like dancing in slow motion under a disco ball that's judging you. It blew up in the US even though they'd already had a bit of a following in the UK, but after this track, there was no massive follow-up, and honestly, it didn't need one. Tainted Love still hits like a breakup text at 2 a.m., shocking, cinematic, and way too relatable. You hear it, and suddenly you're in a noir music video, walking alone in the rain, but with style.
But I've never been to me.
Number 13, Charlene, I've Never Been to Me. This one's for you theater kids who practice dramatic monologues in the mirror. Yes, you. Here's a crazy fact about this song. The song actually came out in 1977 and flopped. But in 1982, some radio DJs randomly dusted it off, gave it a spin, and boom, it turned into a surprise #1 hit. I've Never Been to Me is pure 80s soap opera in song form. You've got whispery spoken word intros, full-on sob vocals, and lyrics that feel like they were written during a midlife crisis on a yacht.
'Cause I have this need to tell.
Charlene sings about trading wild nights and champagne for self-reflection and regret. It's over the top, it's emotional, and it's honestly kind of a masterpiece if you're in the mood to cry about absolutely nothing like me every now and then. The song struck a nerve, especially with women who felt like they've lived their whole lives for everyone else. It was raw, a little weird, and totally unforgettable. Charlene didn't have another big hit after this one, but come on, who needs a second act when your first one makes people cry in their car for decades? And if you're loving this trip down memory lane so far, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more blasts from the past, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a beat. Number 12, Tommy Two-Tone, 867-5309, Jenny. You know this one. I know you do. If you ever did prank call a number as a kid, there's a solid chance you sang this one first. 867-5309 Jenny was absolutely everywhere in 1982, blasting from radios, jukeboxes, even school dances. It was just one of those songs you couldn't escape from even if you tried. And the funniest part is that Tommy Two-Tone wasn't even really a traditional band. It was mostly just the lead singer, Tommy Heath, working with a revolving door of musicians. They didn't plan to create a cultural phenomenon, they just stumbled upon it. After Jenny blew up, they dropped a few more tracks, but honestly, nothing ever came close to the magic of that song. And here's where it gets even crazier. So many people started calling 867-5309 in real life that businesses literally had to change their phone numbers. Imagine trying to run a serious company and getting crank called all day because of a pop song. Even today, decades later, you can't hear the chorus without instinctively yelling it at the top of your lungs. Tommy Two Tone might have been a one-hit wonder, but 867-5309 is one of those numbers and songs you'd never, ever forget. Number 11. Bertie Higgins, Key Largo. Time to get dramatic on a boat. Again. Or at least stare wistfully out a window and pretend you're on time. Let me share a cool thing about the singer first. Bertie was obsessed with old Hollywood films, so he channeled that into a love song that felt like a black and white movie set on a beach. Key Largo came out in 1982, and suddenly everyone was daydreaming about slow dancing under palm trees with their soulmate, who may or may not even exist. It's soft, it's smooth, and it sounds like what happens when your dad drinks 2 pina coladas and starts reminiscing about the one that got away. God, that's way too relatable. Bertie wasn't trying to chase trends, he was just trying to write a song that felt like a romance movie. And somehow, it worked. It hit the top 10, became a slow dance classic, and then, well, he kind of vanished from the charts. But Key Largo, well, that never left. It still lives on every yacht rock playlist, every boozy sunset cruise, and every beach bar with string lights and a heartbreak. Number 10. The J. Giles Band, Centerfold. You already know the chorus, don't even try to pretend. Centerfold was pure mischievous energy, catchy, cheeky, and a little bit chaotic. The story of the song is also quite interesting. You open a magazine, flip a few pages, and boom, your high school crush is right there in the men's centerfold.
Does she walk? Does she talk?
And you might be like, wait, her? It's that perfect mix of heartbreak and ego bruise, like you're weirdly proud and absolutely destroyed at the same time. The beat is bouncy, the hook is massive, and the whole thing is dripping with teenage confusion. It became a radio staple overnight. But behind the scenes, the band was falling apart, tensions, creative drama, everything. Still, Centerfold managed to stick around. It's one of those songs that always gets a reaction even if you've never admitted how loud you sing it in the car. Not technically a one-hit wonder either, but let's be real. This is one that we will always remember. Number 9. A Flock of Seagulls, I Ran So Far Away. Have you ever heard a song that makes you feel like you're being chased by your own feelings? Because it's I Ran. The band had hits, sure, but their hair, it had a whole career on its own. People didn't exactly know their names, but they knew that UFO-looking haircut.
Couldn't get away.
And then this song dropped in 1982 and immediately gave everyone synth whiplash. It was fast, echoey, dramatic, like if your breakup text got turned into a sci-fi soundtrack from space. And in that video, they're literally trapped in a room covered in tinfoil, running in circles through mirrors while pretending that's totally normal. Peak MTV energy, and frankly, I miss it. I Ran took off in the US, despite being a British band with zero chill. They tried to follow it up, but nothing really ever came close. Still, this one never went away. Put it on and you're instantly in an 80s movie scene, full sprint, emotionally distressed, and probably in slow motion, and if you ask me, the drama was completely worth this masterpiece.
I know what boys like.
Number 8. The Waitresses, I Know What Boys Like. Okay, so this is for anyone who's ever mastered the art of fake indifference. This song walked so every flirty, sarcastic TV character could run. It was giving, I know I'm hot, but I'm bored energy.
I know what boys like.
The Waitresses dropped I Know What Boys Like in 1982, and it was pure passive-aggressive pop perfection. The vocals were half-sung, half-spoken, with full of attitude. It's not trying too hard, which somehow makes it even better. Patty Donahue literally sounds like she's chewing gum while ghosting you. It's bratty, it's confident, and it's oddly powerful for a song that barely breaks a sweat. And the thing is, it was kind of ahead of its time. This wasn't by any means your usual love song. It was a yeah I could but I won't anthem. They had a Christmas song that got big later, but this one was the real pop culture movement for them. Even now, you can throw this song on and watch someone smirk like they're the villain of a high school movie. And that right there is the magic.
What about me?
Number 7, Moving Pictures, What About Me? This is the song that plays when you didn't get picked for the team, for the job, for literally anything. It's giving, I was quiet, but I had feelings, okay? It actually blew up in Australia first, then snuck into American hearts and turned grocery store sadness into an Olympic sport. What About Me came out in '82 and just wrecked people emotionally. It's soft rock, but kind of like crack your heart open soft rock. It starts out pretty gentle, and then that chorus hits, and you're just in your feelings about things that probably didn't even happen to you, but you're there, feeling it, raw. And here's the thing. The song sounds like it was written from the point of view of every kid who ever got overlooked at school play audition. You're not mad, you're just quietly devastated, probably forever. The band had a couple other regional tracks, but this was the one that really broke through. Still, one hit was enough. Because What About Me is the unofficial anthem of forgotten main characters everywhere. You hear it, and boom. There you are, emotionally spiraling in your own tears in a Walmart parking lot. Number 6, Paul Davis, 65 Love Affair. This one feels like flipping through an old photo album you didn't even know you missed. It's pure slow dance with your high school crush in your head kind of energy too. Paul Davis already had a little music cred before this, but this was the big shiny windows down soft focus moment in the US. 65 Love Affair came out in 1982, but it's dripping in 60s nostalgia. He's literally singing about a teenage romance like it was the most dramatic, magical thing to have ever happened, and honestly, it kind of works. It's upbeat, it's warm, it's got that jangly keyboard sound that makes you want to buy a milkshake and pretend the world isn't actually falling apart. Paul Davis was known more for writing songs for the other people, but this was his big solo moment. And after it charted, he pretty much faded out of the spotlight again, but the song persisted. And if you've ever romanticized a summer that wasn't actually that great, this track understands you, and it serves up a soft serve swirl of nostalgia we didn't actually know we needed. Number 5, Bow Wow Wow, I Want Candy. Now this one is pure sugar rush energy. You hit play and suddenly you're 12 again, jumping on the couch, absolutely feral, foaming at the mouth, having a good time. The lead singer was 15. She dropped this anthem like it was nothing and walked away. I just made history, but I've also got math homework. I Want Candy came out in 1982 and didn't even try to make sense, and that's exactly why it worked. It's not deep, it's not emotional, it's just fun. The beat goes hard, the locals are bratty in the best way, and the whole thing feels like it was made to be shouted at a sleepover while aggressively stuffing your face with Sour Patch Kids. Bow Wow Wow had style, and they had this unserious vibe to them. And they also had that punk but pop vibe that made you want to cut your own bangs, so was that just me? They also had a couple other tracks, but nothing ever stuck quite like this. Still, you throw this on at a party and people lose it. No one wants candy, everyone needs it.
Don't you want me?
Number 4, The Human League, Don't You Want Me. This song is for when you're just so over it, but still checking their Instagram and social media just in case. And you know what? They didn't even want to release this song initially. Their label basically forced them, and it ended up being the biggest hit of their career. Petty Pop Destiny. Don't You Want Me dropped in 81, but owned in 1982. It's not just a breakup song, it's a breakup argument disguised as a duet. 2 people, 1 synth war, but 0 chill. She says she's thriving, he says he made her, and we say this is better than most reality TV show these days.
Don't you want me?
The vocals are cold, the beat is clean, and that chorus is so catchy it could possibly be the soundtrack to your inner meltdown while you block someone for the 3rd time. The Human League had some other tracks that did pretty good, but let's be honest, this is the one everyone knows. Number 3, Dexy's Midnight Runners, Come On Eileen. You already hear it, don't you? That fiddle, that awkward tempo change, and top it all off, that yell singing. This song kicks the door open wearing overalls and zero explanation. They recorded so many versions of this track they nearly scrapped it. The band hated how long it took, and then it actually became a global anthem. Come On Eileen hit in '82 and instantly confused everyone in possibly the best way. It starts slow and sad, then suddenly you're stomping your foot like you're in an Irish pub with unresolved feelings. The vibe of the song is simply unreal, even though we have no clue about the lyrics. This was Dexy's big moment, and yeah, it kind of was lightning in a bottle. They never quite caught that same magic again, but frankly, they didn't really need to. You hear the opening and everyone starts looking for a table to jump on. Number 2, The Go-Go's, We Got the Beat. This one hits and your body just moves. Doesn't matter if you're in traffic or aisle 5 of the grocery store, it's happening. The Go-Go's actually started as a punk band. Loud, messy, underground chaos, and then they decided to flip the script, go pop, and dominated the charts. We Got the Beat is basically the heartbeat of early 80s energy. Fast, fun, high kick-worthy. It sounds like roller skates, glitter eyeliner, and teenage rebellion wrapped in 3 minutes of perfection. But what made the Go-Go's so different? They weren't a label creation. They actually wrote all their own songs, played their own instruments, and somehow made pop music feel cool and chaotic. This track shot them straight into mainstream fame, and for a while it looked like they were unstoppable. Then came the usual drama all new bands face, the pressure, the burnout, the internal beef. But We Got the Beat stays untouchable. Throw it on today and the serotonin hits immediately. You don't just remember it, your body reacts. Number 1, Modern English, I Melt With You. We've made it to number 1, and yeah, this one had to be there. When this dropped in '82, it didn't even actually chart that high. But then it showed up in movies, and suddenly everyone agreed that this was the official soundtrack for staring out the windows dramatically. I Melt With You is one of those songs that doesn't hit all at once, it just kind of sneaks up and wraps around you. It's soft and floaty, and it low-key feels like you're falling in love while the world ends. And somehow, that combo just works. The vocals are kinda distant, the guitar shimmers, totally iconic.
Never really knowing if
Modern English didn't have a big follow-up after this one, but this track became the moment. It's been in rom-coms, teen dramas, soft indie commercials, everything. You name it, it's been there. Truly a masterpiece. And that's a wrap. 15 forgotten one-hit wonders from 1982 that seriously deserved better. They might have slipped off the charts, but they're still absolute bangers in our hearts. If you caught yourself singing along, smiling, or unlocking a memory you didn't even know you had, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more throwback chaos. And we're just getting started. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. I'll see you in the next one.